So what do we see? He's speaking all this blasphemous stuff. Now, watch this, folks. This is an amazing prophecy. All right, till wrath has been accomplished. Wrath has been accomplished. Yes. What is the 7-year tribulation all about? It's about God's wrath. Now, let's go to several books some of you probably have never opened or read. I want to show you something. And it's very clear in these books. Now, these are not the only books. I don't want to get to 2, so I can show you this right here. All right? Look at, come on. I guess I'll just go here first. All right. Watch. Look at this. This is Joel. So some of you probably never read Joel, but he's talking about the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord is that 7-year period that comes after the rapture. Now, one thing to keep in mind, every single dispensation, there has been a pause between them all. Every single one of them. All right? So why the pause between them? It appears that God is doing some preparation in the changing of the atmosphere, changing of the sun and the moon. For example, when Noah went into the flood, the sun was much brighter. The moon was much brighter. The stars were brighter. The air that he breathed was different. The planet was still being nurtured somewhat because there was no rain. The planet was still being nurtured from the waters below. So the growth of the vegetables and the plants and the trees was just humongous. And that's how the dinosaurs ate, by the way. So these things grew, but after the flood, the soil became horrible. Why? Because it became mixed from below. And then God stopped the water from flowing from underneath. He broke it all up. And now water was coming from the sky, which isn't natural. So these pauses that happen between each one of the dispensations, that pause is going to take place again between the rapture and the 7-year period. Between the 7-year period, the day of the Lord, and the millennium. The Bible literally tells you how many days that's going to be. It's going to be 75 days. That's in the book of Daniel. Between the end of the tribulation and the start of the millennium. Why 75 days? I have no idea. I got an idea. Well, let me rephrase that. I have an idea. Matthew 25 is taking place. But can I be dogmatic about it and say, yes, 100%, that's why we have the 75 days? No, but I can definitely be certain that that's when Matthew 25 takes place. All right, the day of the Lord. Blow the trumpet in Zion. Where's Zion? Where's Zion? Jerusalem. It isn't New York City. It isn't Beijing. It's not Moscow. It's not Babylon. Blow the trumpet in Zion, Jerusalem. And sound the alarm in my holy mountain. What mountain? Mount Zion. In Israel, in Jerusalem. Let all the, now watch this. Okay. Listen very closely to what God says here. Let how many? All. The inhabitants of Zion? No. Israel? No. Of the land. What land? All the land. Why? Because all the nations are involved in this. How do I know that? Because the day of the Lord said that they are. Watch. For the day of the Lord is coming. For it is at hand. It's ready. It's starting. Now, what does this day look like? What does this 7-year period look like? A day of darkness and gloominess. A day of clouds and thick darkness. Like the morning clouds spread over the mountains, a people come, great and strong, the like of whom has never been, nor will there ever be any such after them, even for many successive generations. Okay, so there he goes right here. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burns. The land is like the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them is desolate wilderness. Surely nothing shall escape them. All right, so what do you see? You see here that God is saying there's going to come a day in the land of Israel that they need to blow the trumpet. What? The shofar. All right. Now, watch this. Come on. I don't know why it's acting up like that, folks. But I want to show you, not Jonah. Everybody's familiar with Jonah. Here, Zephaniah. Listen to this, folks. All right. This is Zephaniah. Now, I don't know if you ever heard anybody talk or teach or preach from the book of Zephaniah, but this is all about the day of the Lord. All right? The great day of the Lord. Now, this is the second half. Joel includes both. He includes the first 3.5 years, and then he talks a lot about the second 3.5 years. Zephaniah talks only about the second 3.5 years. It's called the great day of the Lord. The word of the Lord came to Zephaniah, the son of Cushi, the son of Jebediah, and the son of Amariah, the son of Hezekiah, the king. Now, Hezekiah was a very good king. And there were some of them in the days of Josiah, the son of Amon, the king of Judah. Amon was a horrible king. Anyhow, I will utterly consume everything. Listen to God, friends, very carefully. I will utterly consume everything. What? Everything, God? Yes. You mean tell me you're not going to leave anything? Not if it's on the face of the land. No. What does that sound like? That sounds like all the plagues that you see in Revelation. That sounds like the 7 seals. That sounds like the 7 trumpets. That sounds like the 7 bowls. Now, says the Lord, I will consume mankind. I will consume every single beast. I will consume the birds of the heavens, the fish of the sea, and the stumbling blocks along with the wicked. What? What in the world does he mean by the stumbling blocks along with the person of the wicked? What's the stumbling blocks? We are told not to put a stumbling block before an unbeliever. What is that? This is their wicked behavior. That's what the stumbling block says. I will cut off man from the face of the land, says the Lord. I will stretch my hand against Judah and against the inhabitants of Jerusalem. I will cut off every trace of Baal from this place. That is idolatry. The names of the idolatrous priests. Whoa. Idolatrous priests? There wasn't supposed to be any idolatrous priests in the land of Israel, but there were.